Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's start with another chapter, chapter number 4, and which is based on job analysis. First, I would like to give you a brief understanding on this chapter, that is the job analysis. Um, Number one question is that mostly people ask, and mostly people concerned with the job analysis is why job analysis is important. What is the purpose of the job analysis? So, So the first thing is the when that is related with the job analysis is mm, the first important and the most important element is ensuring the right candidate is selected. This is the number one concern for any organization, a national based organization or a multinational organization. So the right candidate is selected is the topmost priority of any organization. Then the another important thing when you're talking about the job analysis is which is related with the helps the employer in recruitment and selection and performance management, choosing the compensation and benefits. These are some of the concern, some of the factors that is related with the job analysis. Another important thing is third element, which is important related with the job analysis, is it helps the employees to have a clear picture of what is actually required of them. This is very important thing. Later we will discuss in this chapter, and I will briefly explain you with this context as well. So these are some of the important elements which is required before going to select the this this chapter. Another, when you're talking about job analysis, so what does the mean of the job? What is basically what is a job? Is we can say that a job is basically we can say that a homogeneous group or a homogeneous task related to similarity of functions. This is the number one thing. Then when we performed by an employee in exchange for pay, job consists of duties, responsibilities, and tasks. These are the other elements which is related with the job analysis. Sorry, with the job. So let's start with this chapter. Discuss the nature of job analysis, including what it is and how it used. At least three methods of collecting job analysis, including information, including interviews, questionnaires, observations. What is job descriptions, including summaries, job functions. What is the job specification, job analysis, worker empowered world, including what it means and how it's done in practice. So these something. Uh, uh, Next is when we going to first, I would explain you that this is not my own slides. These are the Pearson Education Incorporation publishing author's own slides, and the copyrights is already available. So I not copied and I not added anything other than the author's slides. The basic of job analysis is the procedure of determining the duties and skills requirements of a job and the kind of a person who should be hired uh, for it. That's the thing. It's already explained you. Uh, Job analysis contains a simple term analysis. So, which means is the detailed study or examination of something. Of something. What does the something mean? Is job. We are talking about job in order to understand more about it. Again, I'm talking about more about it, or who should be hired for it. For it means we are talking about job basically. You can put it down and write it down on the inverted comma and with this in the job. So the job analysis is to understand more about a specific job in order to optimize it. Job analysis is a systematic process of collecting complete information pertaining to a job. Job analysis is done by job analyst who is an officer have been trained for it. Job analysis is a procedure through which you determine the duties and responsibilities, nature of the jobs, you can say, and finally to decide qualifications, skills, and knowledge to be required for employee to perform a particular job. So these are some of the explanation related with the job analysis. Now, another thing is the job description. Job description is a list of job duties, responsibilities, reporting relationships, working conditions, and supervisory responsibilities, one product of a job analysis. So this is a job description. Uh, According to the Gary Dessler book, for further details, I would like to add some other points. You can say that the job description is a broad journal and written statement of a specific job. This is a very important thing. Based on the findings of a job analysis. It generally includes duties, purpose, responsibilities, scope, and working conditions of a job. These are very important. These are also highlighted in the job description. Along with the job titles and name are the designation of the persons to whom the employee reports. This is also very important. This is also explained in the job description. And the last one is the job description usually forms the basis of job specification. So these are the some of the elements which is related with the job description. Job specification, jobs description. For example, for instance, WhatsApp looked for an exceptional individual to lead its efforts in Pakistan, including products for people and businesses, along with its interest in peer-to-peer uh, payments. So this is a senior leadership position with which requires product experience as well as a track record of success, leading partnerships and business development in Pakistan. This leader will need to build a close relationship or a close partnership with product engineering teams to influence direction and to effectively represent WhatsApp long-term strategy. So this is one of the job description. Now here you look out again, back my voice and again listen it. You will not find out some of the factors, but there are some elements that can explain. So obviously, reporting manager is not written in this description. So reporting managers can be defined later with the description part, and you can say that you can mention it in the other part, it, or you can say that you are a senior leadership position. So a senior others persons can be reporting managers in this regard. Job specification, a list of jobs, human requirements, that is the requisite education, skills, personality, and so on, another product of a job analysis. So this is the job specification. Next is the types of informations collected, work activities, human requirements, job context, performance standards, human behaviors, machines, tools, equipment, and work aids, information collected via job analysis. So these are the some of the types of informations collected or some of the requirements. The uses of a job analysis information, recruitment and selection, EEO, compliance, equal employment opportunity compliance, discovering unassigned duties, compensations, performance appraisal, and training. All those who listened to my first video, though I already explained you this, these are the practices of the HR: compensation, performance appraisal, training, recruitment, and selection. These are the practices. Another thing is job analysis, job description, and specification, recruiting and selection decisions, performance appraisal, job evaluation, wage and salary, training requirements. So these are some of the, another thing is this very important steps in job analysis. Steps in doing a job analysis. Number one, decide how you will use the information. Review relevant background information, select representative positions, actually analyze the job, verify the job analysis information, develop a job description and job specification. Then information input from plant manager. For example, this is a one of the process chart for analyzing a job's workflow. Information input from plant manager. Then we move on to the components input from suppliers, job under study, quality control clerk, information output to plant manager regarding component quality, product quality output to plant manager. So these are some of the workflow. Methods for collecting job analysis, interviews, questionnaires, observations, diaries, logs. So these are some of the methods for collecting the job analysis information. Job analysis interviewing guidelines is the job analyst and supervisor should work together to identify the workers who know the job best, quickly establish a rapport with the interview, follow a structured guide or checklist once the list open-ended questions and provide space for answer. Ask the worker to list his or her duties in order of importance and frequency of occurrence. So these are some of the interviewing guidelines through which we can which we can analyze it with respect to the accurate job analysis. After completing the interview, review and verify the data. Methods for collecting job analysis is information sources, individual employees, group of employees, supervisors with knowledge of the job, advantage, quick, direct way to find overlooked information, disadvantage, distorted information. You will not get the proper information and all information is distorted. Interview format structured, unstructured. So these are structured will be the with the checklist, unstructured is obviously interview. When you're asking different questions in informal way, so that might be most of the chance is that you are unstructured. Not in all the cases, but in some of the cases you are unstructured, you don't have a checklist and you're asking questions again with reference to his or her job. Next is methods for collecting job analysis information, questionnaires, information source, have implies fill out questionnaires to describe their job related duties and responsibilities. Quick and efficient quick and efficient way to gather information from large numbers of employees. Questionnaire format, structured checklist, open-ended questions, expense and time consumed in preparing and testing the questionnaire. This is one of the checklists for the job description. Mostly organization design it for the purpose to ask questions. If I can zoom it, you can easily see it, some of the content. So you'd see it, job title, date, job code, supervisor's title, how many work you do, job analyst name, what is the job's overall purpose. Then we ask questions related with the if the incumbent supervises others, list them by the job title. If there is more than one employee with the same title, put the name, put the number in the parentheses following. So you can list down it and find out and name out, list down the supervisors who are working under you. Choose others activities. So these are some of the, you can say that the explanations related with the analysis. So these are some more questions you just review is you guys just review it. And if you have any questions, any ambiguity, please ask from me through my official email, that is ZUNNOORAIN at qsit.edu.pk. You can call me through my WhatsApp number 0332 912 3246. Okay. So you can ask whatever you want to ask from me, you can contact me. So these are some others templates, some others questions that we ask usually from the during the interview or during the process. So the next is information observation, information source observing and noting the physical activities of employees as they go about their jobs by managers. Advantages provides first-hand information, reduces distortion of information, if any. You have to reduce it with the observation. So this is very obvious that we can reduce the distortion of information by the observation. The disadvantage is time consuming, reactivity, response distorts employee behavior, probably. Difficulty in capturing entire job cycle. You cannot cover the entire job cycle because of the fact is you are observing one of the part of the job. So you cannot cover up the rest of the thing. Of little use if job involves a high level of mental activity. Next one is moving further. The next one is the method of collecting job analysis information, participant diaries or logs. Information source workers keep a chronological diary or log of what they do and the time spent on each activity, produce a more complete picture of the job. Implied participation, distortion of information again depends upon employees to accurately recall their activity. Quantitative job analysis techniques is quantitative job analysis, position analysis questionnaire, Department of Labor procedures, functional job analysis. So these are the elements. And then internet-based analysis. You people just go through with these points. I will not give you details on this, but you have to go by yourself. And again, I would tell you that if you have any questions in the previous part of my video, you will find out my email ID and my cell number as well. So we will discuss it. Internet-based job analysis is collects information in a standardized format from geographically dispersed employees, requires less time face-to-face interviews, collects information with minimal intervention and guidance. Job descriptions is based on the job identification, job summary, responsibilities and duties, authority of the incumbent, standards of performance, job specification, working conditions. So these are all the very important points. So the first 4 points are very important, and then these are the authority, and then the standards are the other part of the job identification. Moving further, job identification is based on the job title, FLSA, status section, Fair Labor Standard. You can say that a fair labor standard sections based on the you can say that based on the compensation laws are based on the compensatory rules and regulations. Preparation date, prepare, responsibilities and duties, major duties and responsibilities, decision making authority, direct supervision, budgetary limitations, job summary, journal, nature of the job, major functions, standards and performance. What are the key standards what it takes to do the job successfully. Relationships, reports to whom, supervises to whom, or how many number of the supervisees works with, with a particular department or sections, sorry, outside the company. So these are the very important points that is must be highlighted. There is another templates. uh, Bureau of Labor Statistics. You can visit the Bureau of Labor Statistics. You will find out some of the laws and regulations that is required, or you will find out a very brief explanation related with these jobs titles. Then moving further is another important point is writing a job description. Decide on a plan, develop an organization chart, use simplified job analysis questionnaire, obtain a list of job duties from OnNet, compile the jobs human requirements from ONET, finalize the job description. Uh, you can you can gather from the Bureau of Labels OnNet related with the what does it means and what is the elements. OnNet is basically the factor is associated with when you're talking about the code of the job, and the you also explained the occupation. For example, the code is 13 dash 2011 dot double zero, sorry, and the occupation is the accountant and auditors. So these are some of the list of the required l- job duties, or the list of the duties which is required. So that is mentioned in some of the websites, in most of the cases mentioned on the immigration websites. So this is ONET, O star net. This is the meaning of the O star net. You can also find out this O star net on this website. This is basically this using it code double one dash tetra zero and the management occupation. So this is you can say that O star net. These are the obtain list of duties from O star net. Finalize the job description and then compile the job's human requirements from O star net. You can also find out some of the informations from the this procedure. Moving further is the moving to the last end of the slides is the writing a job description, what human traits and experience are required to do this job well, job specifications from trained versus untrained personnel, job specification based on judgment, job specifications based on statistical analysis. So these are some of the procedures. Then steps: analyze the job and decide how to measure performance, select personal traits that you believe should predict successful performance, test candidates for these traits, measure the candidate's subsequent job performance, statistically analyze the relationship between the human traits and job performance. Job design from specialized to enriched jobs, job enlargement, job rotation, job enrichment. We will later explain it, job enlargement and job enrichment. Changing the organization and its structure, flattening the organization, using self-managed work teams, re-engineering business process. So with these patterns, we can also change the requirements of the job as well. The competency-based job analysis demonstrates a person that enable performance of a job, reasons for competency-based job analysis to support a high-performance work system, to create strategically focused job descriptions, to support the performance management process in fostering, measuring, and rewarding journal competencies, uh, and then leadership competencies and technical competencies. How to write job competencies based job description, interview job incumbent and their supervisors, ask open-ended questions about job responsibilities and activities, identify critical incidents that pinpoint success on the job, use of the shelf competencies, data bank. And the last one is skill matrix for one job at BP. So this is the key terms, and this concludes this chapter. If you have any questions, you can ask from me. So we will later discuss it, or I will arrange a live session or live class as well. If you ask questions or if you have any clue regarding this chapter. So this end our chapter, and this end our this part of the class. Thank you very much.